So I'm just gonna play, watching my eyes go away, watching my eyes go away, watching my eyes go away.
Welcome back, guys. Well, it's the first time that you guys see me on the camera. A lot of people been asking me why I haven't been on camera and I just hear your voice. It wasn't no particular reason other than, like I said, I don't know if y'all want to look at my ugly face all the time or whatever the situation may be, but I just wanted to introduce my wines rather than me personally sitting here being on the camera talking to you guys in person. But anyways, here I am. You'll start to see a lot more of me in my content for certain things, like when the wine tasting come available, some of the other stuff like when I'm doing procedures, and a couple other different things. But when we get to all of those different stages, I'll show you. But anyway, today, guys, we are coming with the tools and equipment of our trade. And right here, I know we have a lot. I'm not really gonna go too much into depth, but I'm actually gonna show you guys a lot of my equipment that I have in front of me. Some stuff I don't have in front of me because it's for my bigger batches, like my 5 gallon batches when I do the 5, 6 gallon, 3 gallon carboys, and my 5 gallon fermenters, sorry, that I have. But right in front of me is a lot of my stuff that I use on a regular basis. So we are going to cover these tools and equipments of the trade. Well, with anything, when you're making something, you know, you have to have certain things that you use. We can start off simple. You know, a lot of guys, oh, I'm going to use a jug, which I have a jug. That's old school. Use the jug and the cap. Have your juice. Put your yeast up in there. Kind of unscrew the cap, loosen it up a little bit so you can ferment like that. It's just that easy. But as we come into modern times, as far as having more equipment, like I said, more tools that we can actually use to help us out, we have things like our Star San that help us with sanitizing all of this equipment that you see before us. Guys, I know up in my video, I don't always show sanitization, but I promise you, I'm always going through these things. I sanitize everything. I just don't feel, for me, I need to show you guys all the time me sanitizing everything. I'm letting you know I sanitize everything, so that way I don't get all the comments down below telling me, oh man, you know, how we know your stuff is sanitized or whatever. And there you go. Now you see, and now you know that everything is being sanitized. I also have a bucket, like I said, 5 gallon bucket that I use to sanitize a lot of my bigger stuff. Also, the spray bottle that you see here that I have with sanitizer solution. So some things, rather than me have to dip it, I just go ahead and use my spray bottle and it works just as fine. You can make your own little solution. It usually lasts you 30 days with no problem. If you start seeing this turn cloudy or whatever, then you might have an issue. But I use distilled water, so it don't have any minerals or nothing, and it lasts longer, guys and ladies. But anyway, like I said, the carboy. We have the carboy here that we use for putting our primary in most of the time. For me, I use this more than often for primary because I tend to boil my stuff. And what I mean, I bring my stuff to a boil to kill my yeast and bacteria that's naturally occurring on the fruit. So that's why I tend to filter and strain up in my video, guys, because I make a juice, or technically a tea, and it kind of helped get things speeded along pretty quick. I do have some samples. I might throw it in at the end of the video to show you guys how some of the wines that I previously made on the channel cleared with no peptic enzyme and no other kind of chemicals or anything like that. But this is what I prefer using most of the time, is the 1 gallon carboy. And along with that, we have our airlock and bung. And it's cheap. Like when I first started buying carboys before all of this crazy tail inflation that we have going on, this actually cost me like $4.99 a carboy. It's just like one of the other channels say, probably do-it-yourself fermentation, especially City Steady Brewing. If you go to the store and get a carboy, you're paying for the juice and you get the carboy for free. Hey, to each his own, but it's kind of true. Like I said, I get mine from the wine shops most of the time, like the brew shops, and they normally run for $4.99 to $7.99 at the shop. So it rolls like $3, so I'm paying 8 and some change for it or whatever. Airlock and the bung. The bungs, which I believe is a 6.5 for the gallon carboy. They come in rubber and silicone. Guys, I tend to like the rubber versus the silicone because when you have the top that's wet, it always seems to want to pop out. So you have to use, let me see. I'm trying to see if I have one available. I use either rubber band or perfectly. See these little things right here? I don't know if you can see it, but this actually comes from the hair supply store. You can get them at Walmart too. They're $1 and some change for a whole pack of like 12 or so or whatever. But anyways, that's what I use. Like I said, the rubber bone itself, 99 cents. This was like 99 cents or like $1.99 for the S. They also have the tube ones or whatever, but like I said, $1.99. So you're looking at around roughly, like I said, around $10-12 for just your initial carboy, rubber bung, and your airlock. So that's it really for, I guess in a sense, having just real basic stuff or whatever, just to get you started. So that's really all you need, along with maybe to strain your pulp, the strainer, and maybe your pitcher, either one, if you have a regular pitcher versus the AccuPour pitcher, which is more of your accurate measurements to let you know how much you have, but you have those things. So like I'm saying, going into the tools of the trade, this is mainly what you need, is the carboy and stuff. But the rest of this stuff is kind of extra when you're using things to help you along, or I guess in a way be more accurate, be more on point, and to make sure that you don't miss anything as far as measurements and weight, fluid measurements, and stuff like that. So you have your measuring cups and all that. But like I said, we're gonna go through each of these things to let you know what is what. So right here in the back, this bucket is like about a 2-gallon bucket. Comes with your top that has a hole up in it that allows you to put one of these airlocks by itself inside of here. I think these usually run for around, I think about $10 a bucket, guys. And still, it's not that expensive, but you can also use this for secondary and primary fermentation. It just depends on you. Either way is fine, but a lot of time if you're doing anything with fresh fruit, it might be good that you go ahead and use a bucket for it. If you are using fresh fruits to do your fermentation, it actually gives you more space, I guess, for like, your head, the head at the top. When you get all that pulp and stuff that rise to the top or whatever, your cap, that's what I want to say, your cap. So at the bottom, you basically have all your wine sitting below that. So this helps with that. But like I said, you can use it for primary fermentation. You can also use it for secondary. The way that you use it for the secondary is if you was to take, if you had another if you had another carboy or another bucket and you wanted to put some dried fruits or some spices in it, where it'd be a lot easier to use or get to, in a sense. That's what I'm trying to say. You can easily remove it from out the box. I keep saying box. I don't know why I want to keep saying box. The bucket versus the carboy, which is obviously more narrow top, so it'll be hard for you to get a lot of spices and other stuff out of there. So that's why it's a good idea to get one of those. Like I said, guys, run about $10 for that. Also right here on the end, we have a wide mouth fermenter. I have a glass one here, and this is a gallon fermenter. With this, you have the benefits of kind of having your glass carboy and the bucket combined into one, but still is the issue as far as pulp, and you lose a lot of I guess juice, must, wine, if you use this and you're not just using like a juice or a tea that you done made. Because once you put your honey, once you put your sugar, you got to remember, guys, that all increase the level in this. So if you have fruit up in this, the wide mouth, you actually wind up getting less wine because it's taking up most of your space. That cap is taking up most of your space. So you got to be careful with this one. So usually when I use this one, I use it for making a gallon mead. When I need just something that I want to maybe add spices to, or something that's real small that I can remove, I'll use this one. I think one of the videos y'all seen me use one of my other wide mouths. Oh yeah, how to make cotton candy wine. I have more on that wine coming up because we're gonna do some things, but check it out up in the corner and make sure you view it. Pretty sure that one is gonna be a winner. But like I said, this usually runs, like I said, for $4.99 for this also to up to $8. It might be a little bit more due to inflation, but you can use this. You can use all three interchangeably. Next, what we're going to focus on, I guess we can talk about some of our measuring stuff. Guys, when I'm making my wine, and on the videos, it's another video that I'm going to be doing talking about racking and what is the next step after your wine is complete. So I will kind of explain the steps in that, but we're just talking about, oh sorry, we had a vehicle passing us or whatever like that, so it might have been pretty loud. But anyway, the cup right here, like the measuring cups that we have here, I usually use this one cup right here when I'm doing my black tea. I use a gallon of my water and pour about maybe 2 ounces, up to 4 ounces of actual water from that gallon in here, so I can steep my tea. I take that tea, you can use your pot and do the 2 ounces up in that, like kind of ball it a little bit so it can get hot so you can make your tea, or you can throw it up in the microwave and make your tea. And we steep that for 10 minutes. That's how long I usually steep that tea. So like I said, that's what I use that measuring cup for. The other measuring cups that I have here, I use it mad scientist wise myself, anybody that knows me, to basically kind of combine some of my flavors, or like what I'm trying to go for. And I'm trying to get different measurements to see how they work in a sense. But that's why I have the different size measuring cups, and it comes in handy when I have other things that I have in use that I use those. And guys, I got my measuring cups from Walmart, so you're talking about the small one was maybe $2-3, the middle size was maybe like $4 or $5, and the larger size right here was maybe like around $8 or whatever. But pretty good brand, works pretty well, haven't had a problem with it, thank God, nothing broke or whatever, so that helps. And also right here on this side, we have our measuring cups and our measuring spoons. When I'm in my videos and I'm telling you guys about half a teaspoon, 1 cup of this or whatever, common sense, guys. I am from the South, I am from Louisiana, and I know a lot of times we don't tend to measure, but I measure a lot of this stuff to make sure that my recipes are on point. So that's what I use. And you can get measuring cups, you don't have to be fancy, you don't have to get steel or like these gunmetal ones that I be seeing, which they pretty nice, they look pretty good. But you can use regular measuring cups, dollar store, Family Dollar, Walmart, wherever you can get them from, it doesn't matter. But they really do come up in handy when you measuring your spices and different things of that nature. Even when you're trying to do sugar from cups versus actual pounds, if you don't have a scale, that helps, especially if you can figure out kind of how many cups to use versus the actual amount of pounds in cups per se. You can take that how you want to take it. But anyway, that's what I use. And like I said, if I told you the dollar store, guys, start off at $1. You can pay what you want for yours. Right next to it, we have the scale. I also picked this up at Walmart. No, I'm not sponsored by them. But eventually Walmart, if you're seeing this maybe later on, I don't mind, no problem. But like I said, the scale, mine does ounces, pounds, and grams. I can switch back and forth, and I just got this because of the aesthetics. It looks pretty nice, but it's accurate too. And I love using that scale. Helps get my weights on points when I'm trying to do my sugar and my honey to measure or whatever. So a scale does come in handy, guys. I want to say I might have paid anywhere from $7 to $10 from the scale for the scales, guys. Sorry, I might have paid that amount. So once again, nothing major, no real expense or whatever on that end. And let's see what else we have that measures. Okay, guys, we have here, right there, our graduated cylinder, which has milliliters, I believe. Yes, milliliters and ounces on this. Even though this is optional, along with along with the hydrometer we have up in here, right there, guys, for our trade, our little community or whatever, to me, that's still one of the basic things that I say that you guys would need. Honestly, I really think that this is a big benefit for helping you get accurate measurements of your density of your wine, to give you accurate or pretty close ABV of what you'll be looking at potentially. You know, you can cover a lot of things with having these two items together. I'm just saying with the cylinder, because you're able to pour your initial must or juice in this and be able to drop that hydrometer up in there and get a real good reading and a look at what your wine would be at without guessing. Like I said, without guessing. So that really comes up in handy. And like I said, the graduated cylinder I got from my local brew shop. Support your local business. This I want to say roughly around $3 or $5. Not sure, but roughly $3 or $5. And our hydrometer, guys, was $5. I had like 3 of them. Don't ask me, I think I gave one of mine away, but I got like 3 hydrometers, and I have another version of this hydrometer or whatever that gives me the different scales of cider, wine and dessert wine, stuff like that. A couple of you guys might have that one, but yes, so I use that. Okay, so next we have, let's see what I want to go into. Next we have, I guess I'll say, our pot and, like I say, strainer. Guys, they speak for themselves. You pretty much know what I use, or what you guys can use for it. You can pour your water up in there when you're trying to put a certain amount to the side, or if you're trying to remove some and you're not trying to use all your water in your wine or whatever, and you can use it for top up, or like I said, to remove volume. That's what I want to say. And once again, wherever you buy your pots at, it's no big deal, whatever you decide you want to spend. Also, filter, same way, well, strainer, whatever you want to say, same thing. Wherever you want to buy your strainer from, how much you want to pay for it. Not really gonna give no price on it, because once again, it's a pot, strainer. You can get them from anywhere. You can pay pretty much anything you want to pay for them or whatever. Right here in front of us, guys, not what's in here, but the actual pitchers. Right here in the back, we have a normal pitcher. Once again, pitchers range at any price. You know you're not gonna pay an arm and a leg for it, and most likely you have a pitcher at home. We know this. So you get you a pitcher, and if that's all you have to work with as far as straining and filtering your juice or your tea inside here to start making your must, then hey, that's what you got. Go with it. It's no problem. I stepped up. I got the AccuPour. I have to give shout outs to City Steading, because guys, that's where I got this from, as far as them always talking about it, and it is excellent. It's a lifesaver for accuracy. If you're really trying to get the most out of your wine as far as volume and making sure you have enough liquid, this is what you want to get. What's expensive to some people might not be expensive to others. This was about $25, so it is an investment, but guys, this is a great investment, because like I said, this is pretty darn accurate. You want to get something to help you keep track of your volume and stuff like that, because you're going to lose some kind of volume, you know, your liquid, your wine, when you racking and everything. So you might want to have some juice available or water when you go to back sweeten and stuff to get that volume back up. And if you can kind of have an idea of how much you put up in there or how much you are putting in there, this is what you want to go with. I also want to say that we have what else? Okay, I guess we'll say this is one of my first cylinders that I use, guys. It's basically another graduated cylinder, but this one don't have any measurements on it, so you don't actually know how much you're putting into it. I think I was using this one in the beginning when I first bought my 5-gallon fermenters, just because it's bigger, I guess, bigger. But I use this. The pieces that we have on the side, this is what you use. You can use this on this bucket. It's basically a siphon holder that holds your siphon into place. So when you filter, when you siphon in your wine or your juice, whatever you want to say, out of your bucket, or I even believe out of your carboy, this would hold steady to the side and keep it from shaking and moving side to side, so you're not sitting here basically fumbling with everything trying to get it to work or whatever. So that really comes in handy. The white piece that we have here that I have on the side is basically a hole pincher. That I say hose pincher or whatever. And you can say what you want. That's what I call it. These two things was probably nothing but $1, $2 a piece, but you put it on your hose, and when you're doing the racking, which like I said I'll cover up in another video, that comes in handy for pinching off the flow, basically. Right here we have a siphon. This is a small one. I also have a larger one for my 5-gallon batches. This I believe was like $7, $8, guys. Got mine at the local brew shop. Right here we have our carboy brush. You can also use it for other cleaning, I guess, but this is particularly for my wine and only my wine. So making my wine stuff or whatever. So I use this personally for cleaning my carboys. I picked this up, a new one, up the other day for probably like $4.99, so 5 and some change or whatever. Really comes in handy. One of the simplest things on here, guys, the spoon. This is one of my favorite cooking spoons, not for any particular reason other than I really like it. And when you mix in and everything, you don't want to really use a metal spoon or a wooden spoon, because metal spoons tend to scratch up your plastic surfaces when you're getting all up in there stirring your mixture up or whatever. That's what it does. So I tend to want to use this kind of rubber high heat resistant spoon. And guys, I apologize ahead of time. They, for whatever reason, they got a lot of stuff going on today at the house. They doing maintenance and stuff, and somebody is cutting grass right now. But anyway, like I said, get you a nice quality spoon. I believe mine was about $2, $3. It might have been a little bit more, because this is actually a pretty dang good spoon. So it really might have been like around $5 or $6 for this spoon. And like I said, when you're cooking, using those pots over there or whatever, this holds up to a higher temperature. So invest in a nice little spoon or whatever to do your thing. And not to mention, I love to cook, so I got a lot of different stuff that I use. But get you a spoon. And getting to about the end of this video, like I said, some of this stuff is going to be covered up in the racking video and the what to do next. So in front of you right here, we have a corker. This is what we use to bottle our wine. And I don't have my bottle, but it ain't no big deal because like I said, you don't need this right now in the initial making of your wine. This is more or less when you get to the point of racking. My corker that I have is like I said, it's a manual corker. You can get them off of Amazon for about $12, and same thing from your brew shop is about the same price, $12. You can get you your corks. Corks is around, corks cheap. I believe one pack that I bought was $2.99 for 30 corks, 100 pack of corks, and I use the synthetic now. I switched from the regular cork to the synthetic. Tends to work better for me and I guess help with preserving the wine, but we'll see when all of that happens after we get to our taste testing. But like I said, real inexpensive. Like I said, $2.99, maybe a 30 ounce, I mean not 30 ounce, 30 pieces in the bag. And I do have 100 that I bought, and I think I paid like $12.99 for that. So real inexpensive. But if I missed anything, guys, I apologize. Oh, I guess the price of the Star San winds up, this 16 ounce, I believe I bought it for around $15, but it handles its business. It does what it needs to do, and definitely get you some sanitizer. Sanitation is important. And like I said, the spray bottle, as far as the price, $1. So guys, with all that being said and done, we are at probably about 30 something minutes. Some of y'all might love my voice. I know it's pretty sexy. Yeah, thank you. But anyway, this is some of my supplies that I have. Want to thank you for taking the time and looking at the video. If you looked at my video all the way through, guys, leave a message saying, Lord, it was long, but it was worth it. Something of that nature. At least I know you watched it all the way through, and I really appreciate it. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I thank you for helping me grow my channel. To all my subscribers, I love you. To all my potential subscribers, I love you. To all my family and friends, I love you. Everybody, thank you for supporting me, and I'll check you out on the next video. Peace out. Bye.